too. Knows about the grind. Yeah, the bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
Are you kidding me?
What's up, Nasties? Ooh, that's loud. How you doing? Happy Monday. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish here with you. It's Modern Measure Monday. We'll see the boys get a fresh suit like Joaquin. Dusty just saw Joaquin's suit, and he said he's going to get the same one.
Yeah.
Skulls and everything.
Well, we'll see. But yeah. Do we have the poll up? I guess we can't really do it because Reed Wilkins... Reed's got a nice suit too.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if we put it to a poll, whose suit do they prefer most?
It's not even worth a vote. You guys are killing this. You guys are hitting it out of the park with yours.
Well,
thanks, Coop.
We hit it out of the park mostly every day with our choices. It's like going down the runway with a Tom Ford.
I'm expecting a few calls from modeling agencies.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
For you and I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Taking me with you?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're number one.
Ride your
number
coattails, so to speak.
Exactly. Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. If you gamble, use your game sense. Fun show on tap today. We're all over the World Cup. Brazil has just defeated Japan 2-1. Brazil will move on. A late goal for the Brazilians as Japan jumped out in front first, but Brazil was able to find two in the second half. They will be moving on. Harman Dayal from The Athletic in Vancouver will join us. They've acquired Gallagher.
Yeah.
They've traded Höglander. They drafted Malhotra. So lots to get to with our buddy from Vancouver. Harman Dayal will join us at 1:20. And at 1:40, Joaquin, the only time he can do it, but Stephen Ellis to recap the draft. What grade will he give the Oilers? How about the Ruck brothers landing on the same team?
Yeah.
So many cool stories. Joaquin in Calgary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get some good takes there. And then in the second hour, it's wide open. We're going to talk F1. We're going to talk World Cup. We're going to talk Oilers. We're going to talk NHL. We're going to talk CFL. And whatever you want to talk about. And, of course, your favorite, the Screw Let's Do It parlay. And don't forget, email Hernan at edmontonsportstalk.com if you want to get in on the little contest we're having. At what point in the season will Mike Babcock go nuclear? All you got to pick is the period, the time of the period, and in what game. And we're going to have a nice little gift for the closest once that happens in the regular season. We got the whole summer to get submissions, and we're already into double digits.
Wow,
so
right.
Let's go. Let's go. Hernan at edmontonsportstalk.com. Let's have fun. Nasty chat like always. River Korean Box 780-218-9999 and slam that thumbs up. Joaquin, awesome day yesterday for Canadians.
Yeah.
Not only in Canada, but all over the world. It was listen, I wouldn't say it was a fun game. It was a stressful game. I don't think Canada was at their best, but who cares? At the end of the day, Stefan Eustáquio finds the goal in the 92nd minute, and it was just craziness after that. What did you make of the Canada's performance yesterday?
Well, just looking at from the start of the tournament up to this point, right? You had the first game against Bosnia-Herzegovina where, I thought they looked pretty good. Obviously dominant against Qatar. And then the last two games didn't have the same oomph, I found.
Yeah.
Look, and I'm very in the infant. What am I trying to say?
Infant phase
of my football watching on the national level. But I did think that these last two games there was something lacking, and maybe it's just the tournament itself and trying to come together. But I do think that's kind of good because let's face it, this next test is the big one here. Now they're going up against guys that are sought after on every club team, all over the world, right? So and maybe that's a good sign that this team's finding a way to get it done.
Well, Canada's going to the round 16 for the first time ever, Joaquin, and you said it. They're going up a few tiers here.
Yeah.
Because Morocco and Netherlands are another tier. And that's not a knock on Canada. That's just the reality of the situation when it comes to football. There's tiers. Netherlands, Morocco plays at 7. I think everybody's going to be watching that game to see what Canada is going to have to deal with. Netherlands, I mean, quality players all over the pitch. Morocco, coming off an under-20 World Cup win last year, they got fantastic players, guys that are on Real Madrid, guys that are playing in the top clubs in the world. They are a fantastic team. Don't forget, they tied Brazil 1-1, and Brazil did not look good in that game. So, but Joaquin, I was telling Maddie, like, it's so much fun that we get the whole week to look forward to another Canada game, regardless of who it is, regardless. But for me, it's so much fun that we have the anticipation to Saturday. They're going to be playing, and this is what you want. You want to play one of the a hard nation.
Yeah,
this is what you want. And now, will Canada be underdogs? Yes. Doesn't matter who they face, but there's a reason you play the game because it is a World Cup, and anything could happen. Anything.
Yeah. No. And sometimes being the underdog is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's house money, so to speak, a little bit. It was great to see Alphonso Davies, everyone getting a lift there. Just the celebrations across the country that you saw, right? I was by myself in my bathroom, but I was really excited. Most excited I've been in my bathroom in a long time.
I was with the fam, my folks, my nephew, my 2 cousins, and it was fun because I told you we were at an establishment, and everybody, and you can tell there's some casual fans. You can tell that some people were there to watch the game. But when that goal went in, everybody jumped up, and the cheers. And when Alfonso came on, they probably got a louder cheer than the goal did.
I know, yeah. Well, but that's cool because I mean, name recognition he's probably the most famous footballer.
It's everything in soccer.
Yeah,
right. Like South Africa knows who Alfonso Davies is.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, it was just fantastic. I love Jesse Marsh wearing jeans on the sidelines. And then saying you guys are all Canadian heroes. Like, there's an energy about that head coach.
This has been a very memorable World Cup so far.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you see all the boys dancing in the dressing room, getting down to, I don't know what song it was or what music.
It was great.
It was good stuff. So where did you watch the game? How excited were you? How about this? Did you take the celebration well into the evening?
Oh,
because the game was early, Joaquin.
Yeah, how great is that early game?
I didn't. I had to take my parents grocery shop.
Oh, yeah? Where'd you go?
Sobeys and Walmart.
Oh, nice. 2 places, huh?
Yeah, my parents are like that. They
really?
They like to get their meat somewhere and their bread somewhere else. And yeah, man.
That's all right.
I don't mind it.
Did you go to Friesen?
No, because it's too far. They're south side, right? So there's no Friesen in south side. Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Where, though?
By my place.
Ellerslie,
it's
right?
far from where they're. Like, they're on the other side.
Not really. Henday, you're there in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Meat's expensive, man.
Yeah, you know what? There's some great deals, though, right now. So.
I feel like I just dropped into a meeting between a Chilean and a Haitian mob boss.
Well, watch yourself now.
But all in all, Canada was awesome. We want to hear from you. Let us know on the River Korean box and on the Nasty Chat. What did you do for the game yesterday? Let us know. How many wobblies did you have? Or were we just a tame little afternoon for you celebrating? And we have 3 games today. 1 is done already, just wrapped up. Brazil 2, Japan 1. Brazil will move on. Coming up later today, we have Germany, Paraguay at 2:30.
Nice.
And at 7 o'clock, the game that all Canadians will be watching, Morocco versus the Netherlands. And then we got a whole whack of games throughout the week there. There's the table right now, Joaquin. So Brazil and Canada through to the round of 16.
When do you ever say that?
It feels good to say.
Yeah.
Brazil and Canada. Hey, I do want to give props to South Africa. When they got him in the draw, I said this was going to be a cakewalk for Canada. I was wrong. South African played really hard.
Yeah.
They were really good in that game. They just don't have the offense, Joaquin. Like, I never felt they were really going to,
Well, it was only 1 shot, right? They had 6 directed or something like that.
Like, on target, they had 1.
On target, yeah.
But all in all, it's great to see Canada, man. And I think they're in Houston, 11 a.m. on Saturday, Joaquin.
Hot.
You going to be ready?
What time is it at Saturday?
11 a.m.
Ooh, that's a good time.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Wow.
And you win. You have the whole day to celebrate.
That is really good. Do I have to watch it in my bathroom again?
Well, if they're tied, we'll go to your bathroom.
Yeah, if it goes to extra time, I'll go upstairs.
Just time your breakfast really good.
I was cleaning. I wasn't
Oh, okay.
I wasn't manscaping.
Oh, okay. Coop's wearing a suit too. He looks very handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. It's quite the comfortable suit. It really is. I mean, you guys are. I'm not a big suit guy. I do enjoy suits, but Modern Measure makes everything stylish. and
Oh,
comfortable.
it's so great.
You're a beautiful man, Coop.
Those were fun trips down to Modern Measure.
Yeah, they were.
They were really good.
They were. The one day we went, I think it was the first time. It was. Remember how cold it was? It was like windy and
yeah.
I was like, can we park closer?
There's something wrong with my car too. The back wheel got stuck.
Oh yeah.
It was in that 4-wheel differential, and one of them. I was like, oh my gosh,
I know.
am I stuck here?
I was behind you. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh man.
And what was I going to get to? Yeah, it's great. Great suits. Custom. You can get whatever you want. The liner, you can get your name or whatever you want, your kids' names or anything like that. Trev's suit's really nice too, the green
Very
one.
nice green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Benny's, I just saw Benny's black pattern one. Very nice as well. Jay went with the all black too.
Yeah.
Reed had the burgundy.
Yeah, Reed's
Yeah.
is like a wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Maddie went green, darker than Trev,
Yeah.
though, but both really nice. I need a green suit.
I've never had a.
Yeah.
I've ever had a green suit.
Yeah. Are we the only ones that did the vest, though? I think so, eh?
What?
We're the only ones that did the vest here. Or
Are we?
Yeah, I think so. Trev didn't do it. Maddie did.
Oh, really?
Maybe Maddie did it. Dusty for sure did not do it.
Maddie has a 3-piece.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Maddie does? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just another accessory, right? Especially in the winter. Like when I was first with Edmonton, I went and got a double-breasted 3-piece.
Yeah.
And it was nice because it just kept you a little warmer.
Oh, yeah.
And then if it's too warm, you can always just lose the vest.
But you know why I like it? 'Cause like, say you're going to a weddings or whatever, you're wearing a suit, and like sometimes, like say you're dancing or you get hot, you take off the suit jacket. And I never liked the look of just the shirt with a tie.
Yeah.
At least with the vest, it still
keeps you tight.
It still keeps you pretty bougie. Do you agree with me, Joaquin?
Yeah, but if you're dancing and sweating, you're sweating straight through that vest too, though.
Yeah, probably. You definitely are. You definitely are. We're going to talk a lot of hockey too. We're going to keep tabs on the World Cup, of course. The next game doesn't start till 2:30. Yeah, riding high here in Canada. And they will face one of Netherlands or Morocco on Saturday, 11 a.m. So start making your plans. Start booking your establishments if you want to take a group of people. Yeah, because it's going to get pretty busy.
Because Jay was just telling me it was his daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
And he realized, oh my gosh, the game. So he phoned locally. Am I going to need a reservation? He goes, yes.
Yeah.
And he gets there and it was packed.
Yeah, yeah. That's great to see, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving that Canada's kind of becoming this soccer country, and the boys deserve it, man. They're going to the round of 16. And don't say, oh, but they played South Africa. You play the teams that are put in front of you.
Hey,
It's plain and simple.
You would think Brazil would mop the floor with Japan, and they barely got out of that.
They barely got out of there. So there's always hope. Keep the faith. And we roll on here with a great World Cup so far. No complaints. You know what, Joaquin? I really like the World Cup song by Shakira.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
I haven't listened
Every time
to
I
it.
hear it, I just want to.
I always play Waka Waka, but
Waka Waka was good.
oh, Waka Waka's great.
Shakira should just do all the World Cup.
She should.
Yeah. Because they're all like, it's like a party song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she still looks 26 too, so.
Quickly on some Oiler news, nothing new on the Nurse front. It sounds like interest is kind of dwindling here. I mean, should he come back to Edmonton? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put that off. I think that's an incredibly realistic option.
Oof, that's tough though, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100% it is, Joaquin. But
That's what I said. Dusty and I were talking about it the other day. Does Darnell just go, okay, just trade me, right? And get me out of here? Like, does he come back knowing that everyone wants him out?
Well, but if he wants, if what you're saying is true, like he's like, I just want to get out, then you got to expand your list of 3 to 5.
Yeah,
players,
that's true.
right?
Yeah, yeah. That would most likely happen. There would probably be another few teams, but I think this is where the agent kind of gauges interest, right? It goes, well, you might want to try this team.
No, and that's cool. And listen, the Oilers management holding strong. They're like, well, we don't want to retain. Maybe they don't like what they're getting in return, so they're holding it down. So,
did you listen to Trev's? Was it his trade proposal?
No, I didn't hear it this morning.
Was it Erik Karlsson straight across
for Nurse?
Yeah.
Then you're pretty much stuck with just $7 million again, and yeah.
But then the one thing, Karlsson only has one more year. Yeah. And then it's completely off the books. And then you're completely off the books. Do you really want to retain for how many years of retaining are you doing? So,
well, that's just it. You don't want to retain.
Yeah.
That's the big one. And if you miss it, the Oilers have issued qualifying offers to defenseman Spencer Stastny as well as forwards Colton Dach, Robbie Yarventi, and Owen Michaels. The Oilers also drafted 5 players at this year's draft. We'll get to all that with Stephen Ellis from Daily Faceoff as well. We got Noticias coming your way, but we're going to get out early because we're going to bring in Harman Dayal here from The Athletic to talk a little bit about the Canucks weekend. And today, they're pretty busy. He's sending one player out, bringing in one player. Like always, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Buddy, last time me and you wore these suits on this thing, I was so sick. That was
yeah. But before we go to break, though, I've got one thing. Every year I do the MAC-T Classic. The brick tournament's going on right now, and it's not 10-year-olds, so you want to go see the best 9-year-olds. July 23rd to 26th at the mall. Come watch some of the best 8-year-old hockey around. And if you do have a player at that age, if you use the promo code GAGER2026, you'll save a little bit on your registration, $150.
Well,
so,
look at that. That's awesome.
Go to macthockey.com to check it out, and we've already got some pretty cool coaches already. Kelly Buckberger, Mac T, myself. We had Hunter, the Lynx. So he's there. But yeah, if you have a player, 8-year-old, is looking for a little summer tournament, use the code GAGER2026, and we'll see you. Maybe I'll coach your son to victory or daughter.
Look at that. Former Edmonton Oiler, former pro hockey player. And the code, once again, is GAGER2026. We head to Vancouver on the other side of the break here on EST Afternoon. Slam that thumbs up for us. Here's Coop Sports Update.
The Oilers have issued qualifying offers to 4 pending restricted free agents: Colton Dach, Robbie Yarventi, Owen Michaels, and Spencer Stastny. Meanwhile, the team didn't issue qualifying offers to forward Josh Bloom and Matvei Petrov. Down south, the Panthers, Ducks made a deal. Anaheim swapping the rights to 36-year-old Radko Gudas in exchange for the rights to AJ Greer. And the round of 32 continues at the World Cup. Germany, Paraguay kickoff at 2:30 before Morocco and the Netherlands match up. The winner of that contest plays Canada on Saturday in Toronto. Blue Jays Mets hit the field to start a 3-game series. First pitch at 5:07, and the Yankees also in action against the Tigers around the majors. Phillies and Pirates tussled before the Dodgers and Athletics hit the field. On the other side of the break, we talk all things Vancouver Canucks right here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
This is not a team that starts hot, whether that's for a game or a season. They get their backs against the wall early, and then they start swinging out of defense, and then they come flying out of nowhere. But how is this first couple months going to go? If they start 2-9-1, how's that room going to look? It's so important for them to get off on the right foot before any of this starts going sideways.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. sports.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? July 9th. Elks, Red Blacks at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It's Salute to Service presented by YEG Plus. Come early for a pregame flyover and help us celebrate the heroes and first responders who make our communities great. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets.
Sentinel Storage presents.
Hi, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. Soccer is the world's game. The stadium is packed. To see it, to feel it, that's when I knew that we were on the right path to becoming a soccer nation.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
This summer, River Cree Resort and Casino welcomes reggae royalty for an evening with one of the world's most inspiring entertainers, Ziggy Marley. 9-time Grammy winner, Emmy winner, activist, storyteller, musician, legend. Ziggy Marley, The Bright Side Tour. July 5th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on this Monday. It's supposed to be nice out there. It's smoky though, Joaquin. A little weird, eh?
I thought that was just you.
No, it wasn't me.
Smoky? What do you mean?
It looks a little weird out there.
You mean the sun coming through the clouds gives it that smoky,
that gloomy hue. Yeah.
I kind of liked it this morning though. It looks cool on my outside on my deck. Through all the mosquitoes. Maybe that's just mosquitoes it's trying to shine through.
Well,
gosh.
I went for a run yesterday. I think I ate too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are there mosquitoes downtown?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, I run down by the river valley and stuff.
Gross.
I'm an absolute beast.
Because it's... my dog goes... Boone goes into the grass, to sniff. And it's amazing because every little section he'll go into... At least 15 come out of the grass. And then if he does his stuff and I got to pick it up, I got to go in there. And I'm like the Flash trying to pick this stuff up because there's tons of mosquitoes all over my face and it's gross.
Chan Man says, looking sharp, boys. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We're waiting for Harman Dayal. He hasn't connected. So let's wait. He's going to connect right away here, Coop. Going to connect. All our guests are brought to you by, all the time, our friends over at Oil Country Towing. Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. We'll talk some Canucks. They've been active today, and they did take Malhotra over the weekend. But overall, they got to go back to the old way the draft's done, though.
What do you mean?
Like with all the teams there on the floor.
Oh, you like that?
You don't like Bieber making the first overall pick?
I love Beeps. But I'm talking about it's too long. It's not what. Just go back to the old way.
Well, the draft was scheduled to start at 5 p.m., 7 o'clock Eastern. And we were on the Reed Wilkins show. Only 4 picks were announced by the end of the program. So in an hour, only 4 picks were made. I know they have the introductory thing, and then they have the full fireside interview there. Some of the presentation for the draft was a bit strange, in my opinion. At least there was no Zoom calls like they had the year before in 2025. It where they had the awkward, can I hear you? Oh, I don't think we can hear you. Is your mic on?
Whatever. I mean, it's different now because it's the first round and that's it. So I get it. A little bit more production and things, but I liked Bieber. I didn't really get the Bills up there though. Like
Thurman Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, and he said the Bills select. He's like, say, no, yeah. He kind of had to. Then the girl from that sitcom was there for the Canucks, I think, from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So. Again, I didn't mind like that aspect of it, but I'm more tradition. I like the old school way, so hopefully they go back to it.
I just remember going into the old Montreal Forum and seeing every single team at desks down there. There was just something cool about that, you know?
And I was like, why is Steve Nash with the Malhotra? So he's married to Malhotra's sister. I think that's what it is. So he's, Yeah. Okay. We're ready for a guest out of Vancouver. They're making a lot of noise already on this Monday. Harman Dayal from The Athletic joins us here. Harman, good to have you on the show. I think it's your first time joining EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Lots to get to. So I'm going to start with Nils Höglander getting traded to the Preds, coming over to Vancouver's 2029 third rounder. Nils Höglander is such an interesting player in Vancouver. I remember his rookie year, really good there. Really thought he would, turn into a top 6 player. 3 years ago, he had 24 goals, but fell off the last couple of years. I know he dealt with some injuries and stuff like that. But Nils Höglander moves on. Was it just time for him to find a new spot, Harman?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a fan of the player, and it's difficult because he came into the organization in that 2021 season, the All-Canadian division, and out of the gates right away as a rookie, he was producing around half a point per game in a year where nobody even expected him to make the team out of camp. Immediately was playing on their second line with Bo Horvat, and all of that production was at 5-on-5. Like, he was among the NHL's top 20 wingers in 5-on-5 scoring as like a 21-year-old rookie. So you're thinking, okay, this is going to be a building block player for the future. But then you had some turnover in terms of the coaching staff, and Bruce Boudreau comes in, and Boudreau just wasn't a fan of Höglander's defensive game and just couldn't trust him from that perspective. And then the player starts to lose ice time, starts to lose confidence. Then he spent some time in the American League, finally seemed to find his footing again under Rick Tocchet in that year that he broke out with 24 goals. But by the Stanley Cup playoffs that year, same thing, ice time starting to decline, the same questions about his defensive impact. And then when Adam Foote came in, it's unfortunate because that's when the injury started to take hold, where all of a sudden he gets hurt in training camp, and from there he's just not really able to find his footing. So I think between injuries, coaches not really trusting him defensively, and some inconsistency, it had just been too many coaching staffs, too long for the Canucks to give him another shot, especially because I think quite clearly this was a move to create some salary cap space and a roster spot for Brendan Gallagher, who they brought in. I still like the player, though, and I think in Nashville, if you give him an extended top-line opportunity, if you have a coach that's willing to understand that, hey, he's not a perfect player defensively, but he's also a forechecking machine, brings you a ton of energy every night, wins a lot of battles, and when he's feeling confident, he can supplement some secondary offensive upside, then I do see some upside here from the Predators' perspective.
I mean, you also see Brendan Gallagher coming over from and being now part of the Canucks organization. Is this, in your minds, how do you see this? Is this a culture-changing player? We all know what type of player Gallagher is. Other teams hate him by the end of the 60 minutes. Is this one of those players that, quite frankly, I think the Vancouver Canucks need?
100%. The culture in Vancouver the last couple of years, it's no secret with the locker room turmoil and not just the friction between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson that a while ago led to that divorce, but just broadly, it's felt like as this current core failed, there was always a dark cloud in some way. And I think quite clearly one of the biggest pieces of messaging that Ryan Johnson and the Sedins were relaying when they took over this job was trying to overhaul the culture of this organization first and foremost. And these are leaders that played at a time when the Canucks were one of the gold standard organizations in the league, not just winning and on the ice from that perspective, but players wanted to come to Vancouver. They had instilled a special culture. And I think in bringing in a guy like Brendan Gallagher, you're adding character, you're adding leadership, and also like not just what the impact that he can have in a locker room, but I like that he's coming in hungry and with something to prove. Right, he's fighting to keep his NHL spot alive, to keep his career, and it's different from sometimes you see teams bringing in veterans, and sure they've accomplished a lot in their past, but maybe they got a lot of term left on their contract. They know they're going to get the ice time and minutes regardless of what their performance looks like, and so they coasted a little bit. I like that in Gallagher, you're getting all of those intangibles, but you're also getting a player that is so hungry to prove his worth. Understanding that, hey, this is the last year of his contract, and if he wants to extend his NHL career, he's going to need to actually perform on the ices as well. From Vancouver's standpoint, you don't give up anything to acquire him, despite reeling him in at 50% retained. And now you've got optionality where this opens up the possibility for you to trade other veterans, the ones that would have decent value on the trade market, like let's say Jake DeBrusk, and then not be worried about, hey, are we just going to be icing a bunch of kids on the ice that are exposed and we perhaps as an organization don't have enough mentors for those guys to understand and build positive habits from. Secondly, if he performs well, if Gallagher bounces back with bigger opportunity here in Vancouver, then you open up the possibility of, hey, you retain 50% at the trade deadline and now you can maybe get an asset for him.
Harman Dayal from The Athletic joining us here to talk all things Canucks. The Canucks had the third overall pick on Friday. They went with Caleb Malhotra. Harman, we had some previews with some prospect analysts and all that, and we're always talking about dad coaching the kid, right? And one of our guests brought up that Keegan Lowe back in the day did not want to get drafted by the Oilers because of Kevin Lowe. He wanted to kind of form his own path. What do you make of the Canucks going down that path and selecting Caleb Malhotra, who still years away from playing for the Canucks? But how do you think this is all going to work out?
Yeah, there are for sure questions about that dynamic just because we don't see it very often in the NHL. However, like two things here. One, both Manny and Caleb are extremely professional, right? Like not only Manny as a player, but just covering him as a coach. He has the kind of personality, I think, to weather the challenges and the complexities and any potential awkwardness of coaching a son in the NHL. And from Caleb's perspective, you talk to anybody around the OHL in the prospect circles, rave reviews on Caleb Malhotra, the person, not just the player. And I think that is really important to have two extremely high character individuals that, hey, if you're going to be put in this awkward spot, like those two have the personalities and the mindset and attitude to make it work, to keep it as professional as possible. And secondly, I was asking around like different people around the NHL, different front office executives, like, what do you think of this potential dynamic? And there were mixed opinions, right? Some saw it as it'll, especially in a market as big and loud as Vancouver, at times there will be challenges, there will be extra noise. However, like one thing that really stuck with me is I remember a conversation with another executive who straight up said, when you're at the start of a rebuild like Vancouver is, and there's so much bigger fish to fry that you can't worry about 2-3 years down the road. Is there going to be a little bit of noise in the media and the fan base because of the perception? Like, just draft the best player available. You're starting a rebuild. It's a third overall pick. If you believe he's the best player, and the Canucks clearly do, then take him and trust that your organization has the culture and the right people to overcome any hurdles that might come along the way.
There's a lot of people, especially here in Edmonton in this market, wondering about a local product, Jake DeBrusk. Does Jake survive kind of free agency here? Is he a Vancouver Canucks starting training camp in September?
I'd be a little surprised if he's still a Canuck by the start of next season. I think quite clearly this organization has some appetite to shed some of their more expensive veteran contracts and move toward a rebuild, as they should, right? At the deadline, that process already started when they shipped off Connor Garland and Tyler Myers. This is the time to kind of clear your books, to stockpile future assets. And not only that, but DeBrusk, down the stretch, I think you could tell I don't know how fully bought in he is to the idea of being on a rebuilding team, because this isn't what he signed up for. He signed with the Canucks in free agency, coming off of that year where they won the Pacific Division and were one game away from going to the Western Conference Final. He signed that contract thinking, hey, I'm going to play with Elias Pettersson. And at the time, Pettersson was coming off an 89-point season. And both of those factors that would have drawn DeBrusk to sign in Vancouver, getting a chance to play with an elite center, going to a winning organization, are gone now. So from both perspectives, it makes sense, especially because DeBrusk's contract at $5.5 million, it's not as onerous as, let's say, Brock Besser's contract or Elias Pettersson's contract. So I think there's likely to be more appetite and interest in his services. And when you think about how many forwards the Canucks have, I think it makes sense for the Canucks to look to move him for draft picks.
Harman, you're down in Vancouver. It's been a wild ride there with the World Cup. You partake in any of the festivities?
It's been a lot of fun going to. There's a fan festival near the P&E in Vancouver, and like honestly, I didn't know what to expect with the World Cup coming here. I didn't really think this was a soccer country. I thought it'd be cool, but I can't even put into words how special the atmosphere has been. And especially next Saturday coming up, the round of 16 match. Yeah. You better believe I'm going to be out there in the morning downtown at one of the big viewing parties. This is like, it reminds me a little bit of the Winter Olympics in 2010 when that was in Vancouver, where there's just such a buzz in the city, and especially you see the result yesterday and Canada advancing to the round of 16. Like, who could have thought that was a realistic possibility before the tournament started? So yeah, I'm loving every bit of it.
That's awesome, Harman. I always follow your work. Love your coverage on the Canucks. Glad to have you on this show. It's going to be an interesting offseason, I think, for Canucks fans and Oilers fans alike. So I'm sure we'll chat again. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, there's Harman Dayal from The Athletic covering the Canucks. He has really good stuff on the Canucks throughout the season. Make sure to check him out. Also does a podcast as well. Caleb Malhotra, the third overall. Great kid, though. Like, you see his interviews, like he is.
Well, is he on the team next year? Most likely not.
No, because right? I think he's going to college.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a good chance his dad might not be the coach for the time he gets there.
Once he gets well, the shelf life of a coach in
3
the
years,
NHL.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So, if he's
now they have 4, right? So that changes. So, all the best to Manny. He, by all accounts, he's a great coach. But statistic-wise, you're usually done in year 3. Yeah.
No, that's a good point. Now, they've committed to a rebuild, so will they be patient, right?
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, that's when you see a younger coach get in there, or maybe someone that maybe not a household name.
Yeah.
The builders that can. And then you have the finishers. I don't like this at all. I think the NHL is getting younger, right? That's just a fact. And you have these younger coaches that are used to dealing with these players where, I mean, there's some coaches in the NHL that were coaches when I played. Right?
Yeah,
So,
that's the crazy thing. And the kid's got a good pedigree. I mean, Manny Malhotra was a good player. He was
great
like
player,
third line guy. But I
remember playing against him. He was a very hard player to play against, right?
Yeah, shutdown guy.
200-foot player. Wasn't like completely dynamic offensively, but could score.
Yeah.
But, a very unique way. Kind of like, I wonder if I could compare him. If you're going to, like Mac T almost, right?
Yeah.
So
similar
kind of.
Can chip in.
Yeah.
But counted on in every situation. So that's the kind of player Manny Malhotra was. The Afternoon Inbox, always presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. If you want to check out his show, Collective Soul will be performing at the venue at the River Cree on July 28th. Doors 7, show at 8, and tickets starting at just $79.99. We're going to get out for a quick break here. Coming up next, Stephen Ellis, prospect analyst for the Daily Faceoff, will join us to recap the Oilers draft and look at other cool stories that happened over the weekend. We're back here on EST Afternoons. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas. Here's Coop Sports Update.
The Oilers have issued qualifying offers to 4 pending restricted free agents: Colton Dock, Roby Arventi, Owen Michaels, and Spencer Stastny. Down south, it's the Panthers and Ducks making a deal. Anaheim swapping the rights to 36-year-old Radko Gudas in exchange for the rights to AJ Greer. And at ice level, Canadians have traded career-long hab Brendan Gallagher to the Canucks for future considerations. Montreal will retain 50% of the 34-year-old $6.5 million cap for next season. Vancouver made another move, sending 25-year-old Nils Höglander to the Predators in exchange for a third-rounder in 2029. And the round of 32 continues in the World Cup. Germany-Paraguay kickoff at 2:30 before Morocco and the Netherlands match up. The winner of that contest moves on to play Canada on Saturday. In Toronto, it's the Blue Jays-Mets. They hit the field to start a 3-game series. Trey Savage on the bump for Toronto. First pitch at 5:07. We recap the NHL Draft up next here on EST Afternoon. Stay tuned for that. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Hangout.
And Big Dave says, I'm so unathletic that I played hobby disc golf and still shot a 120. And this one, I can't wait for hobby bowling where you just run down the lane and kick over the pins.
There you go. See, that would be fun. Can you imagine if you told your kid, hey, we're going bowling today, but you're the ball?
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
We're back here on EST Afternoons on this Monday. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubich, of course, at 3 o'clock. It is the Reed Wilkins Show, but it'll be Jay Milne with Benny Thompson taking you right up until 6. We're all over it back tomorrow, 6 to 6. We'll have the Nielsen Show, followed by the Hangout, followed by the Lock Shop, 2 Guys and a Goalie, EST Afternoons, and, of course, the Reed Wilkins Show. Elks back at it on Saturday as they'll host the 0-3 BC Lions. Joaquin, who saw that coming? They'll 5 o'clock down at Commonwealth Stadium, and of course the big game for Canada, the big game in the nation. 11 a.m. They'll take on the winner of Morocco Netherlands. That goes today at 7. The Oilers qualifying offers to the guys that are going to be here: Doc, Owen Michaels, and Spencer Stastny. So we'll see what gets done there on that front. Nothing new on Mr. Darnell Nurse. So obviously, as soon as we get some legitimate updates on Darnell Nurse, we will pass those through. But we're going to recap the draft that we saw over the weekend in the NHL with a friend of the show, Stephen Ellis from Daily Faceoff. He is their prospect analyst. Stephen, thank you for taking some time. But it's probably all the hard work that you guys put into, tracking this draft and all the mock drafts. How was the weekend for you?
It doesn't feel as important or as much fun there, but I think the setup was pretty good there. The draft itself was interesting, and we didn't get a ton of chaos on day one, which personally I'm definitely okay with. It makes it a little bit easier, but it was nice to finally see these guys get drafted.
Yes, Steven, sorry, quickly, we missed the first half of your answer. We just had some technical issues. It's all figured out now. But for you, Steven, do you want to see the draft go back to the old school way, or do you like what we saw over the weekend?
I think I wanted to go back to the old school. I think to the average fan, it's not as big of a deal as I think some people make it out to be, because reality, like what people see on the floor, the guy, like the GMs on the phone and stuff, it doesn't, sure, it doesn't really impact a ton, but in terms of for the players themselves, I talked to some players off the record who were telling me, like, yeah, it doesn't feel as special, especially for guys who had siblings who had been drafted in previous years and got to see kind of what happened there. So it just felt kind of like, especially day 2 when there was not a lot of people there, it kind of just felt a little weird, but I'd always still would rather see a ton of players there. I'd rather see their families. I'd rather see friends. I'd rather feel special like it was in Montreal and Nashville and, of course, in Vegas.
Stephen, so outside the first 2 picks, do you see, like, it looks like those 2 will start at least the season within the NHL clubs, but is there anyone else in the top 10 that could break through and be a contributing member to one of those teams?
The 2 I'd be looking at are the New York Rangers with Albert Smits. This is a guy that I think probably would benefit from some time in the AHL, playing a ton of minutes, but I think he's definitely ready to at least taste the NHL to start. So I could see him there. He's so mature. He's already played in the Olympics, the World Championships, the World Juniors. He's done kind of everything you'd expect from a young defenseman and way more, honestly. So I could see that being a situation there. And I think the big question for me heading into the draft was where Viggo Bjork was going to go, because depending on the team, he would have been able to probably go to the NHL. And I think going to Winnipeg, that's one of those teams that I could see him really kind of finding his way into, a third or fourth line role. Maybe not play a ton of minutes, but I think he's got the skill, the tenacity to really kind of grow into an energy role right away and step up when they need him to. So I'd say those are the 2 others that kind of make sense.
Stephen Ellis from Daily Faceoff joining us here on EST Afternoons, recapping the NHL draft. Let's talk about the Sharks. I mean, everybody, after the top 10 went, everybody was like, wow, the Sharks really got some quality players. They get Stenberg, they get Veerhoff. What did you make of the Sharks' overall draft, Stephen?
Day 1 of that draft is going to be a franchise-changing day for that team. You love to see it for those guys. It's a good fan base, continues to grow, and you see a guy like Stenberg who could play on the top line. You look at Veerhoff and Lynn, 2 potential top 4 options. Like, that really grew their defense in a way that they needed to do. Like, I don't see in this team's depth chart, I really don't see, in terms of their young talent, I don't see a real deficiency. Like, even when you look at net, you look at Askarov and what he's able to do this year, and then you got Joshua Ravensbergen coming up. He was one of the top goalies in the CHL this year. And then you go out and draft Brady Noling, who to some scouts was the best goalie in the draft. He's 6'5". He'll probably be USA's World Junior goalie this year. That's unbelievable goaltending depth too there. So San Jose, that's just what a weekend. I'm very excited to see this group. They're already fun to watch with guys like Macklin, Celebrini, and Will Smith, and they're going to be a real force for the next decade.
Can you tell us anything about the Edmonton Oilers draft picks too? Two of the names, obviously, Rudolphs Berskanes, I believe, and Malcolm Gastrin. Are these two players that went where you expected them to go in the draft?
Yeah, I think when you look at what Berskanes was able to do, watch him in the USHL, this is a guy that a bunch of players who played against him consider to be the toughest player to play against in the league. Now, you look at his offense and say not a lot of talent, or not a lot of high-end points there, but that's not really his game. His thing is about disrupting plays, getting the penalty kill, hitting guys hard. That's really where his value is. So I actually really do like his game. I think we're probably talking about a guy who's maybe more of a third or fourth liner, but keep in mind, when you don't draft high, that's kind of what you're expecting anyway. So I like that pick there. That was a guy that I think did earn some first round consideration from teams. So there's that. When you look at Malcolm Gastrin, that's a very interesting one because you watch him, very good two-way center. His brother, Milton Gastrin, was just traded to St. Louis Blues. Nowhere as skilled as his older brother, who was part of that World Junior team, but still a guy that is very raw. A lot of scouts liked him a bit more than I did. They see him being more of a late bloomer guy who can maybe kill penalties and be tough to play against in his own zone with a lot of energy. So I like that. The one that was interesting was Andrew Robinson. That was a guy that seemed to be on no one's radar, but he's a shutdown defenseman who teammates seem to really like, can play the penalty kill, things like that. And then there's Ryan Cameron. I honestly, I don't have a ton on Caden Harvey, but Ryan Cameron was one where watching with the USA top prospects game, he was very good in that. I know that's just one game and his stats might not be too exciting with Cedar Rapids this year, but there were a lot of games there where he was left out to dry and he had to steal some efforts out there. And I really like that. So Boston College is a good team. That's where he'll be going in 2 years. If they're already committed to him, they must feel really highly about him. So a decent late round pick there.
Steven, some cool stories over the weekend. The Ruck twins drafted by the Penguins. You see Joaquin land on the Calgary Flames where his dad made his career. What did you make of those two storylines?
Well, the Ruck twins, when you saw Pittsburgh draft Liam, it's like, okay, they're super confident they're going to get Marcus at 39. And yeah, that ended up happening that way. And you pretty much kind of had to get them together because the real allure, what makes them special, not necessarily that they're twins, it's that they're twins that dominate together. And when they haven't played together, they haven't been as good. And I think this is a situation here where, okay, now you put them together, see the magic work, and see if it pays off. Ginla, legitimately one of the worst picks in the draft. Not because he's one of the worst players in the draft, but I can't believe they actually used a third-round pick on him. That being said, fun story. I'll be interested to see if he ever gets close to the NHL. I know there's not a lot of people who were too high on it, but still a cool story because it's, when you look at the history of that last name, and we know that the Flames tried very hard to get TJ Ginla a couple years ago. That would have been fun to see that happen. I like the Alexander Karmanov storyline, 7'1", Moldovan defenseman, biggest guy basically in the world. I think it wouldn't be hard to find a player who's a better skater than him because that's kind of where he falls apart there. But you're looking at a guy who's 7'1". Like, why not draft a guy that big and just see what happens there? It's worth the try, in my opinion. He did get better defensively as the season wore on. And then another one I really liked was not one, but two players with ties to the Cayman Islands getting drafted. And you look at Jackson Cover, first round pick by Ottawa. That's a guy that's going to be very interesting, super raw, but a guy that a lot of teams had as a potential first-round pick most of the year. And then you look at Ryder Cali. When he told us at the NHL Draft Combine, he came over from the Cayman Islands to play hockey here at 7 years old in Ontario, and he did not know how to skate. He just ran into everybody, and that was a couple years of just smashing into people by accident. You're not supposed to do that when you're a kid, but then that really kind of translated to his game where he's out there just knocking guys over. Really impressive power forward. So, yeah, it was kind of cool to see these smaller countries that don't typically have a lot of representation, like the Cayman Islands and like Moldova, getting that representation for the first time.
Steven, now it's my selfish question here. Just for when I do eventually make my futures picks, who do you see out of this cast of young players that might be up for the Calder next year?
McKenna's an obvious one. He's going to be playing with either Austin Matthews or John Tavares. I think those are pretty good options for him. So he'll do really well. And I wouldn't be surprised if he outproduces, guys like Celebrini in his first year or Connor Bedard in his first year, just for the sole fact that having potentially one of the best goal scorers in the NHL as your center is not going to hurt at all. Stenberg's another one. I think he could easily play top line right away. I think that one's going to be very interesting. And going back to TJ Ginlath, if he makes Utah, I know he was drafted a couple years ago, but if he makes Utah, we watched him dominate in the WHL this year. We saw a really promising preseason for him. I think he could crack the top 6, and that's a guy that's going to be a menace. Porter Martone, obviously, we know what he could do there. James Hagens in Boston, maybe a little bit more of an underdog. But this should be a good Calder class. I think it's a deep one this year. Maybe not necessarily one superstar clear favorite, because it is tough for first overall guys, especially young guys, to win that Calder. But it feels like we're going to be looking at a lot of good candidates this year, more than this year.
Steven, great stuff as always. I know you were pretty on the point with, I think, the top 22 picks there. Different order, but pretty solid work, Steven. Love your coverage of the draft. Look forward to next year as well. And enjoy your summer, man.
Oh, there's no summer. I just finished my 2027 rankings, for my first round rankings, and 2028 is going to be done tomorrow. So it's never ends.
Steven, thank you for your time. All the best.
Thanks so much, guys.
Steven Ellis from Daily Faceoff, prospect analyst there. I saw that a lot about Joey Ginla pick. Like, wow, they took a third. They used a third on him. A little surprising, but yeah. I mean, these guys follow these players more than we do.
Yeah, the drafts, it's a crapshoot.
It is.
You know?
You just never know.
Yeah, it's sometimes you can get a guy late that you really know of, and he's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you were to go back and ask GMs about late picks, and that's one thing. That's that's what the Oilers have to be able to do a little bit better of, is find jewels in 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Right. So, but like they did back in '92, the 5th round was amazing.
Yes. Some guy named Gage was drafted. But it's interesting because I was talking with Kuba when we were doing our prep, and he was telling me that some prospect analysts rated the Oilers a really bad draft. Others analysts say the Oilers did a really good job. So you just never know, right? Like,
well, I mean, it sounds like 2 players, like their first 2 picks are guys that the Oilers need. Right.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. They need a defensive defenseman, big, that's mean and hard to play against.
Yeah.
Like that's lacking from the Edmonton Oilers. So that's got to be encouraging for fans to hear that there's a huge brooding defender that's going to make life difficult on opposing players. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, 100%. One of them's from the Lumberjacks of the USHL, and one played in Modo Junior Sweden. That's Gastrin there as
Rudolph's
well.
Rudolph's
Burst-Canes, yes.
Sorry.
I like, and I've heard a few takes on this guy, and they're all positive.
Yeah.
So, interesting to see. Of course, these guys won't be here anytime soon. The Oilers did send out their development
their invites.
Yes,
Johnny Hicks, goaltender from University of Denver.
No way,
he was invited as a camp invite. So
Johnny, you're big on him now.
Yeah, and some
even
PWHL players for fun.
If it doesn't work out, who cares?
Oh yeah,
it's terrible because the only reason he's probably not is his size. But if you watched him play in the NCAA Final Four or whatever, he's the only reason they won, and he was fantastic.
Yeah, good eye there on that one. Connor Unger will be part of it too. Defensively, Bo Akey's the big name there. A lot of the guys drafted this year will be there. Burst Canes will be there, as will Gastrin. Connor Clattenburg will also take part, which is good.
Beat everybody up.
Lewandowski will be there, who's a guy that a lot of people have an eye on as well. Owen Michaels, of course, will be there. So, just go to their website, check them out. Oilers 2026.
Do you know where they skate? Do they do it at the downtown arena?
Let me look quickly. Yes.
Cool.
Starting tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
3 on-ice sessions tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Sweet. Well, and some also camp invites, some top PWHL picks to Chloe Primato, Caitlin Kramer, and Abby Murphy.
Nice.
The Oilers have invited to their development camp.
Yeah, so interesting times. I mean, the draft is not as big here in Edmonton because the Oilers have been a pretty good team for a long time, but before Joaquin, it was all draft.
Oh man, this is all we talked about. I remember my first camp, my development camp or whatever, where I came to. A young Louis DeBrusque was with me.
Really?
At that one, yeah. Brad Zawisza, Tyler Wright. Who else was there? It wasn't many people though.
Yeah.
And that's when Darcy Martini broke the scale. He didn't break the scale. He was over 300 pounds, so the scale didn't work. And so Slats went nuts. And he just spent all this money on this digital scale that didn't work with Darce because, Darce broke his back. So, but that was pretty funny.
That's too funny. And our Hard says, "What's up with all the suits today? It's Modern Measure Monday, last episode. Everybody's got their suits here, so we're just showing them off one time, and it's great suits, custom suits. Make sure you check them out downtown. Go see Richie and Jared. They'll hook you up, and we're very grateful for being able to be hooked up with some quality suits."
These are tight. I walked into Friesen and I was like, "Oh my gosh, who's the sharp dressed man?"
Yeah, who is that celebrity? Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Afternoons just got a serious upgrade at the CBH. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. Make the smart move and head to the Canadian Brew House. You know what we're going to do next, Joaquin?
No, I have no idea.
I want to do something with this draft in the Oilers, and we're going to look at some drafts for the Oilers. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Don't go anywhere. Hour 2 of EST Afternoons on the other side of the break.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
You can get one of the following two goalies. We won't even worry about the money. Sam Montembeault or Sergei Bobrovsky.
Sergei Bobrovsky.
Right, okay, so okay, so that's what I'm saying. Matt Murray or Sergei Bobrovsky.
Sergei.
Ingram or Sergei Bobrovsky for the next 3 years.
Bobrovsky.
Stuart Skinner or Sergei Bobrovsky.
Sergei Bobrovsky is the best goalie on the market.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? July 9th. Elks, Red Blacks at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It's Salute to Service presented by YEG Plus. Come early for a pregame flyover and help us celebrate the heroes and first responders who make our communities great. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks. Our city, our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
This summer, River Cree Resort and Casino welcomes reggae royalty for an evening with one of the world's most inspiring entertainers, Ziggy Marley. 9-time Grammy winner, Emmy winner, activist, storyteller, musician, legend. Ziggy Marley, The Bright Side Tour. July 5th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
The Canadian Brew House has a happy hour for any scenario. Had a good day? It's time for happy hour. Bad day? Oof, happy hour. Boss said great job? Happy hour. Boss said let's circle back? Ugh, definitely happy hour. Got a promotion? Happy hour. Spilled coffee on your shirt 5 minutes after getting dressed? Ugh, happy hour. So whether you're celebrating or recovering, our happy hour starts at just $3.99. The Canadian Brew House. Your day just got happier.
The Oilers Oilers have issued qualifying offers to 4 pending restricted free agents: Colton Dock, Roby Arventi, Owen Michaels, and Spencer Stastny. Elsewhere, the Panthers have traded the rights of AJ Greer to the Ducks. Florida gets the rights to Radko Gudas in return. NFL news: Kyle Pitts has officially signed a 3-year, $54 million extension with the Falcons, worth $36 million guaranteed. And in soccer, the group of 32 continues. Germany-Paraguay kickoff at 2:30 before Morocco and the Netherlands match up. The winner of that contest moves on to play Canada on Saturday. MLB action: the Blue Jays Mets hit the field to start a 3-game series. Trey Savage starts for Toronto, while Sean Manaea takes the mound for New York. First pitch scheduled just after 5 o'clock. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of the EST Afternoon starts right now.
We're back here with hour 2 of EST Afternoons, live from the William Huff Studios. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish with you. Coming up at 3, Jay Milne, Benny Thompson have the Reed Wilkins Show. They'll take you right up until 6. You got 2 games still to come in the FIFA World Cup. You got some MLB action. And just enjoy this Monday. We've got some nice weather. It's a little smoky, a little not foggy, but a little, it looks gloomy out there. Gloomy, but enjoy your Monday.
You should have been a meteorologist.
I should have. I would have been like the worst.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
I know. But at least you could explain it.
Yeah, I can't really explain what's going on. There's so much wind in the city now. Where'd that come from?
Okay, wait, I had it. No, I didn't get the... I thought it was under an hour that you'd mentioned the wind, but...
It was... it's been nothing but rain, and now we have smoke. Like, come on, man. I just want a summer.
It's not smoky, though. Do you smell smoke?
No.
Yeah. As long as you don't smell.
But it affects my running, bro.
Wear like a mask. Go full gas mask.
What's wrong with that guy? Well, it's downtown. Nothing's weird downtown.
Yeah, it'll just fit right in.
Nothing is weird downtown, that's for sure. Oh, coming up this hour, it's just us 3 and you. Listening and watching. Nasty Chat, River Cree Box, 780-218-9999. Always brought to you by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour, 525 drinks. Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So if you need a wobbly, go check out the River Cree Resort and Casino. Joaquin, I was looking at past drafts for the Edmonton Oilers. I don't want to go too far back, but 2019, okay?
Okay.
You know how many players since 2019 that were drafted by the Edmonton Oilers have played a game for the Oilers?
4.
It's 2.
No.
Do you want to guess? Does anyone want to guess?
No.
3, actually. 3.
3?
Yeah.
I don't know. What was that Finnish guy's name? The defender. Or no, that was that before? Wasn't he really good? Like he was a big bruising. What was that guy's name?
Oh, Nimalainen.
Nimalainen, yeah.
That's I think that's
before.
Before, yeah. That was 2016.
Oh gosh, is it that long ago?
Yes. Okay, I'll give you one hint. This one player was traded to Vegas a couple of years ago.
I know it.
Traded to Vegas.
I know it.
Everybody thought.
Well, say it, Coop.
Griffin Reinhart.
No, everybody thought he was going to score 40 for the Oilers. And it was
Raphael Lavoie.
Yes.
Oh, right, him.
So Lavoie played a game for the Oilers. The other 2.
Well, do I even know these people?
Oh, you don't.
No, I don't.
Philip Broberg.
Oh, shoot, right.
And Dylan Holloway.
Well, that's a good job of scouting and developing talent.
Yeah. That's 3 guys since 2019 that have played an NHL game. Now, in fairness...
You probably want more than that.
Yeah. In fairness, we're not including this year's draft, obviously. Not last year's either. But Sam O'Reilly's probably going to play games with Tampa Bay. Connor Kleinberg's another one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And then Bo Akey could potentially play game.
So I said 4.
Yeah, you were right.
I was right.
Reed Schaefer is playing in the NHL.
Mm-hmm. 19 he was drafted?
22.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So.
Well, he was a first round pick though, was he not?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so.
Last pick of the first round.
Yeah, I mean, your first rounders are probably going to play a game. Again, like I said, management, it doesn't look good if your first rounders don't play, right?
Yeah.
So they get, if it comes down to that, your first rounder and say a fifth rounder, and he could be doing the exact same thing. He could even be a little bit better. He's not getting that first stint, the first rounders.
Yeah.
So
no, but you're right. Like, because Lavoie, everybody lost their mind when they got traded to Vegas. He hasn't found his footing in the NHL.
No.
So whatever.
Isn't he with Ottawa now? Is that where he went?
I think he's still with Vegas. Is he?
For who?
Lavoie?
Yeah, he got re-signed.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Okay, never mind.
Reed Schaefer, we knew he could potentially be an NHLer, but they traded him for Ekholm, and you're not going to complain about that.
No, and he's a good player with, Nashville made some good moves. They got that Jack Drury.
Oh, yeah. Signed him to a big deal.
Höglander, they might tear in the corner a little bit here.
Oh, for sure. And then Connor Kleinberg, who, if he makes this team and becomes a regular, he'll be a fourth line guy, but that's what you want him for.
He should make the team.
But this is what pisses, and I hate to go back to what happened a few years ago, but this is what pisses Oilers fans off. You had Broberg and you had Holloway. Legit NHLers, Joaquin. Legit NHLers.
Really legit.
And you didn't bring him back because your ego was hurt because they offer sheeted you.
They should have signed them both.
I wasn't here yet. I was still at the Elks, and in my mind, I remember listening because it broke when you and Dusty were on the morning show.
Yeah,
you guys couldn't believe it. But we were looking at the money, and we were like, sign them both.
I think that day, you'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I thought, you know what? If you can, but I think Dusty and I both were like, well, you got to keep one at least.
Yeah.
You got to keep one. And who is that? I go, well, you kind of have to go Broberg, because to have that type of skill, and this was just coming off what he did in the finals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have to keep him. What you have to match it. And it was 4.3, something like that. It was a hefty price, but I mean, you looking back, it's a little bit easier, but that was a bridge kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and he had battled through. He did everything you asked of him to go to the minors, and by all accounts came back up and took the opportunity to run with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that Holloway was more of a replaceable player, right? And I don't think I touched on the injury side of things, but again, he got injured again. But both players, they're huge pieces, massive pieces to the St. Louis Blues. Look no further than the current contracts that they both just signed, their extensions.
And Broberg, Holloway was 2.2, Joaquin, and instead Enrique was being signed, and the Arvidssons, and all, you couldn't, you know why? Because there was hurt feelings.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. You can't.
You don't want to be here?
Yeah.
Yeah, move past that. I mean, they're doing the same thing to Nurse.
Yeah.
So they're saying no hard feelings to Darnell. Well, no hard feelings. We're stepping back in time here, but whatever. You know what we're saying.
Yeah, it's just, you drafted two guys that Broberg was going to be top 4 for you for so many years.
Yeah.
And you could have got him at 7-8 mil for a long term, and Dylan Holloway could have been a top 6 guy. Yes, he's injured a lot, but at 2.2, you opted not because feelings were hurt. Come on, and look at the other guys they've signed for that similar amount of money. That's what hurts, because you drafted two guys that are legitimate top 4 and a top 6 forward. Legitimate, Joaquin.
Call those homegrown prospects.
Homegrown that just went away.
Yeah, you need to. Again, you want to look at the positives on this. Is you drafted 2 really good players.
Yeah,
you used your picks wisely.
Yeah.
So
Because we're hard on the Oilers for their drafts, but they finally hit it with Broberg and
they didn't have to go elsewhere and overpay.
No. And I'll tell you this, when Broberg was drafted by the Oilers, there was a lot of people that know more about junior hockey and prospects than I do, and they didn't like the pick for the Oilers. They didn't think Broberg was that good. And
Well, they thought that because he played with Caulfield in college, right?
Who, Broberg?
Sorry, I'm thinking Holloway.
Yeah.
They didn't like Broberg.
Yeah, they didn't like Broberg.
Really?
They're like, it's too high. The Oilers messed this pick up.
Now he's arguably the best defender on the St. Louis Blues.
Let's get to Noticias for the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. Hit it, Coop. All right, let's stick with the NHL. Joaquin, Sabres signed pending UFA Beck Malenstein to a 6-year, $17.5 million contract. You know what I like about the contract, Joaquin?
What?
He's got a modified no movement for the whole thing, and it's a 7-team no trade list. That's how it's done, Bowman. Bowman's probably like, you can do that? Kings will not extend Doughty this summer. Well, he's old. Like you said, Drury signs a 5-year deal with the Preds. Vladar closing in on a 5-year extension with the good old Philadelphia Flyers. Stetcher returns to the Leafs. Good for him.
Yeah. Well, he was their best D-man for a bit there.
He was. Michelli he's going to be a UFA. Yeah, he didn't really work out in Toronto. The Panthers acquired the rights to Gudas from the Ducks for the rights to AJ Greer.
Was he a Panther before Gudas?
Oh.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
No.
For sure.
He's going home.
He's going home, baby. He's going to go win a cup. If you missed it earlier, we had Harman Dayal from the Athletic in Vancouver. Canucks acquire Gallagher. They also flip Höglander to the good old Predators.
Höglander's one of those ridiculous athletes, too. They show him with training. He's jumping out of a pool onto the lead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like just...
Yamamoto signs a 2-year contract with the Mammoth. Good for him. Yeah, the jitterbug.
Wow. One way, two way.
All I can see is one way. He had a really good year.
He was good.
The little dude. It doesn't say 1 year. It just says 2 years at an AAV of, I think, 175. Yeah. Good for him. Good for Kaler, who toiled in the minors for a few years, up and down, but now it looks like he's found a home there. We'll keep you posted on any Oilers news if it does come down the pipe. But in case you missed it, they have qualifying offers for the following players. Where is it? Here it is. Colton Dock, Robbie Jarventi, Owen Michaels, and Spencer Stasny. Okay, nothing new on Nurse. Joaquin, quickly, F1. We saw George back in the P1. Verstappen, P2.
Looked good.
After a crash in quali.
In
free practice.
The qualifying Q3.
Q3, yes. And Antonelli, P3.
Yeah.
Piastri and Lewis Hamilton finish off the top 5. Only 4 DMPs did not finish.
Yeah, sorry, I had the red flag. I think Carlos' car died.
Yeah.
But in a place where they could easily get it off, or else we could have got it. There was a lot of problems. My fantasy just took... I picked Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's just... But listening to Tim Hraney, he had some interesting things to say about, obviously, Ferrari. They don't know why they had so much success in Barcelona.
Yeah.
So they needed to figure that out, and they really didn't. And then they had a whole new engine. But like you always forget sometimes even altitude with these cars makes a huge difference, right? So obviously the power of the Ferrari car just wasn't there, and it most likely had, well, not all of it, but a lot to do with the actual altitude of the race because they're in the Alps, and just the internal combustion engine trying to get oxygen in and just not getting that firing of the pistons right. Just amazing.
Yeah, my team did not do well either. I did not have Verstappen or George Russell.
Well, look, I mean, I think Verstappen, like they say, Verstappen would have caught George.
Yeah.
But then Kimi would have probably caught Max too. But it was a great saw some great battling between Lewis and Max again, and then they shook hands afterwards. Good job, and they're like, that was good.
To the CFL, the Argos defeat the Riders 40-34. The Stamps beat the Lions 41-33. The BC Lions 0-3, and the Owls 37-35 over the Red Blacks. Red Blacks also 0-3, and there is F1 this weekend too. So make sure to check your fantasy lineups. I got to do a better job.
It's like 3 weeks in a row now.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
That's great. Canada's Denis Shapovalov retired from Wimbledon in his first round match.
Shoulder, I believe.
Yeah, left shoulder during a collision with a courtside barrier. Bianca Andreescu also out. She lost as well, but Felix won.
Oh,
that's a good sign. And then today in the World Cup, Brazil through to the round of 16. They joined Canada, after a 2-1 win over Japan. We're getting ready for Germany, Paraguay, and then Morocco, Netherlands. The winner of that will take on Canada on Saturday. And someone in the inbox wants you to say in your Haitian accent, Paraguay.
Paraguay.
Screw it, let's do a parlay still to come as well. That was your Noticias for the Edmonton Elks. They have a home game this weekend as they host the BC Lions down at Commonwealth Stadium Saturday at 5.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
They're on the road.
Oh.
They're on the road?
What?
Yeah. Apple Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. They're not here. So everything I've said about the home game on Saturday at Commonwealth is completely false.
July 9th, their next home game.
30,000 people showed up because you told
Well,
me
I
to.
thought they were at home because they usually flip-flops. Home, away, home, away.
Not all the time, but
my bad. Thanks, Coop, for that. That's why you're a producer, and you're a great producer.
Try and keep
You are a great...
Next time, throw something at him. That'd be funny.
Or just walk up to me and slap me.
Hernan, you're wrong.
I gave you permission to slap me. I'm sure a lot of people will be lining up to slap good old Hernan, Joaquin. All right, on the other side of the break, we're going to get to something that happened many years ago, but on this day, and it's going to be an interesting conversation. Don't go anywhere, as we're touching it all, man. All the sports around the world, lots to get to, and of course, Edmonton Oilers fans waiting for that Darnell Nurse trade. We'll see what happens Wednesday, buddy, with free agency. Maybe the best thing for the Oilers is they don't have a lot of money on July 1st.
Yeah. Limit their options.
Limit their options.
It's like bowling with the guardrails
on. All right. We're back with more here on EST Afternoons. Don't go anywhere. Slam that thumbs up for us.
The Oilers have issued qualifying offers to Colton Dach, Roby Yarventi, Owen Michaels, and Spencer Stastny. All 4 players are pending restricted free agents. And staying in Edmonton, the Oilers have announced their development cap roster, including 14 forwards, 8 defensemen, and 5 goaltenders. From Utah, the Mammoth having former Oiler Kyler Yamamoto to a 2-year contract worth $3.5 million overall. To the NFL, Kyle Pitts has made it official, with the Falcons inking a 3-year, $54 million contract extension, the largest 3-year deal for tight end in league history. In soccer, the group of 32 continues as Germany and Paraguay kick off at 2:30 before Morocco and the Netherlands matchup. Canada will take on the winner of that contest. To the MLB, it's the Blue Jays and Mets hitting the field to start a 3-game series. Trey Savage on the bump for Toronto, first pitch just after 5 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, and they have a huge event coming up August 19th, Feast on the Field. Join unforgettable dining experience right on the turf at Commonwealth Stadium. It helps raise funds for programs, equipment, and enhancements for those across Capital Care communities. Buy your tickets now at capitalcarefoundation.net. More hockey discussion up next here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
This summer, River Cree Resort and Casino welcomes reggae royalty for an evening with one of the world's most inspiring entertainers, Ziggy Marley. 9-time Grammy winner, Emmy winner, activist, storyteller, musician, legend. Ziggy Marley, The Bright Side Tour. July 5th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
We're back here on EST Afternoons, 228 in the city of Edmonton, Edmonton Sports Talk. Live from the William Huff Studios since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and the desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout 780-454-4536. Hey, did the Blue Jays lose all 4 games to Texas?
Yes.
Holy cannoli. I knew they lost the first 3.
I think they've lost 7 in a row, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, man.
So they're due?
They're due.
They're due,
yeah.
Lucky number 7.
Screw it, let's do it, parlay.
Due to lose again.
Due to lose again.
Very disappointing.
Very disappointing. Incredibly disappointing.
They got the injury bug first, right? So
yeah.
That sucks.
Very interesting. You know what I haven't seen on any of the chats today and all the shows? Big Uke. You on vacation, the big guy?
No.
No?
I just, I refuse to have him on our show.
Is he blocked?
I blocked him.
Where is Big Uke? Does anyone know? Germany, Paraguay, just about to get underway in Game 2 of the round of 32 today. In today's action, of course, we have later Morocco, Netherlands. The nation of Canada will be watching that one closely. And did you know that on this day in 2016, Joaquin, Taylor Hall, Adam Larson, the famous quote from Bob McKenzie, it's 1 for 1. Taylor Hall was shipped to the New Jersey Devils for Adam Larson.
As he should have been. When they brought in a guy that the Oilers needed, who was way more impactful at that point. Now.
For that season, for sure. Yeah.
And then that season, Taylor Hall struggled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one even spoke about it because of the Larson's play. The next year, a little bit different. Taylor Hall drags that team to the playoffs and wins his Hart Trophy, right? But it's too bad that, again, for Taylor Hall, I mean, if the Oilers had a little bit more veteran presence that was counted on on the power play in the last 2 minutes of a game that could have
changed everything,
helped bring the young players along instead of trying to find 80s Oilers magic with a bunch of young guys again.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'll be interesting to see, because the closest that you could probably say that those early 80 Oilers teams where they were all kids, maybe look to the San Jose Sharks, right?
Yeah.
But even then, they're a little bit older.
Yeah, it was. I'll be honest. I was very new into the radio world. I think I was just a few years in, really not doing a lot of shows and all that. And I was a hardcore Oiler fan still, and I hated the trade. Taylor Hall was my guy. But you're right, because that year, the next year, the Oilers went to the playoffs for the first time in a billion years, and it worked because Adam Larsson came in and was a good defenseman for the Edmonton Oilers.
He was, I would say, a great defenseman.
Yeah, and then
he did everything.
Then he fell off for 3 years, and so did the team. But he had a lot of personal stuff going on. He lost his father while in Edmonton. He had some injury issues, and the team wasn't very good because remember, it was a one-off, and then they missed 3 years again, and then they finally made it back, and then COVID hit, and it was just all that. So he does well. He's a good defenseman. He's a shutdown guy. The Oilers could use a guy like that now, but at the time, I remember Edmonton just kind of blowing up saying you should have got more for Taylor Hall. And it's funny because they were both drafted in the same year. And both guys did good things with the teams.
They were just different players.
Yeah, 100%.
They're just not the right fits, right?
And it was easier, I think, maybe somewhat to an extent that because you had Connor McDavid. So you didn't feel...
Well, you had Eberle, McDavid, Nuge. It was too much of the same thing.
Too much of the same thing. Yeah, exactly. And... You know, Hall did play with McDavid for a few games, and it never worked.
He was you learned some stuff, but he thought he was the one to transport the puck through the neutral zone, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of not what, because he's not don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but he's not one of those guys where he should be handling the puck up the ice, I don't think.
No, I agree with you.
He's a tremendous speed to get in on forechecks and great shot and stuff, but he's an excellent NHL winger.
Yeah, and how can you argue about like his career and listen, to each their own if you like the player or not, but like he's got a Hart Trophy, he's got a Stanley Cup, and he was hella good in this run.
He was considered like he could have been the Conn Smythe winner.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people were talking about that.
Like 19 points. He was really good, man. So it's just one of those things. And then for Hernan's role, we're gonna kind of intertwine this kind of story into that for Hernan's role. I don't want to ruin it, but we're gonna have some fun with that as well. But do you remember where you were? You know where I was when I heard about the trade? I was at 1260 Studios, but I was at the Bear because their evening show was gonna be on location, so I had to produce the Bear show. I remember Maddie walking over and just staring at me at the door, like, because he knew I loved Taylor Hall, and he's like, "What do you think?" And I was so mad.
Really?
Yeah. But at that time, I wasn't on 1260 regularly, so I couldn't really share my thoughts.
Oh no.
Yeah. You remember where you were?
No.
Do you care?
No, I didn't. I remember I was happy.
Yeah. That's 10 years ago, right?
I wasn't happy, but I thought it was a good move.
Okay. 10 years ago, so Coop would have been 12?
Yeah. I didn't.
Just,
I
you're
wasn't
still
even
picking
watching.
your nose.
No,
Yeah.
I was probably at school making paper airplanes and throwing them at people. Like, I have no clue what I was doing. I probably went home and played Xbox. Had no clue that Taylor Hall was a player on the team.
Damn, Coop. That's very disappointing, Coop.
No, not really. I liked Adam Larsson. I mean, I look at it now and I'm like, well, both teams sort
Funny
of
how
won, right?
if the Oilers literally, if everything went to plan, they could have all their left side could have been Swedish defenders.
But
like you would have had Broberg, Klefbom, and Larsson.
I'll ask you this, though. Let's say Klefbom doesn't retire.
Larsson's right shot, though.
Oh, Larsson's right. Sorry,
and doesn't have issues.
Who?
Klefbom. Do the Oilers still get Ekholm?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But I wonder what happens with Bouchard.
That's a good point, too.
You know what? I bet you what happens. I don't know. They probably... Because it was weird because they sat Bush a whole season.
Yeah.
He didn't play a year, which is...
And we were all screaming to send him to the minors. Like, let him play.
But I heard he didn't want to go.
Yeah.
So... I mean, but a whole year of... He's done well for not playing a year.
Clefbaum is the one that, oh man, like if you could just...
Yeah, I wonder what he would have turned into.
Listen, I think he had warts in his game, but not as bad as Darnell Nurse. I think he was better offensively. I think he was better defensively. There's just something about him. The Swedish defensemen, they're just special in a way that sometimes it's hard to describe. I still think if Clefbaum was still playing, he'd be top two defenseman on this team.
He was, he maybe not as, well, he wasn't as gifted offensively, but he was way more of a all-around defender.
Yeah.
Right?
He could do it all.
Yeah.
No, he had his lapses because I remember we would all complain like, oh, come on, Clefbaum. But again, it wasn't as bad as what Nurse has in the defensive zone. I think he would have been a stud. Now, I'm not saying one of the elites of the league, Joaquin, but on the
Could've
Oilers, yeah. We do have some breaking news in the NBA. I just want to, from Shams. Where's Rip City Step? The Memphis Grizzlies are trading two-time NBA All-Star Ja Morant to the Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Big trade. Listen, Ja Morant's an excellent player, but he's such a tool outside off the court. You know, he's always he's been caught with the guns. He's always acting like he's Mr. Tough Guy, and he never grew up that way. So, you know, fake tough guy.
Fake tough guy.
Fake tough guy. So he's going to the Trailblazers. I don't think I can cheer for Ja Morant. So I might have to switch from my favorite team being the Trailblazers. Back. Who is my team now? Spurs? What do you guys think? Wemby?
I don't know. I don't have an NBA team that I...
Project Dumplings goes, of course he goes to the Jailblazers. That's a great documentary.
Oh, is that what it's called?
The Jailblazers. Yeah. Good. With Stoudemire, Rashid.
Yeah.
And was it Bonzi Wells? I think it was Bonzi Wells. It's great. I really enjoyed it. All right. Coming up next, this day and all that fun stuff. Screw it. Let's do a parlay and we'll close it out and get you ready for the Reed Wilkins Show, which will consist of Jay Milne and Benny Thompson and, of course, the one and only Zach Kubish. And here he is with your sports update.
The Oilers have issued qualifying offers to Colton Dach, Roby Arventi, Owen Michaels, and Spencer Stastny. All four players are pending restricted free agents. Staying in Edmonton, the Oilers, they've announced their development camp roster, which includes 14 forwards, 8 defensemen, and 5 goaltenders. Camp gets going tomorrow. And from Utah, the Mammoth, they've inked former Oiler Kyler Yamamoto to a 2-year contract worth $3.5 million total. And according to ESPN, the Grizzlies, they're trading two-time NBA All-Star Ja Morant to the Trailblazers in exchange for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. In soccer, the group of 32 is live. Germany, Paraguay tied 0-0 in the 10th minute of action. And later on, it's Morocco and the Netherlands matching up. Canada will take on the winner of the Netherlands-Morocco contest. MLB action, the Blue Jays Mets hit the field to start a 3-game series. Trey Savage on the bump for Toronto with first pitch at 5:07. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. EST Afternoons returns following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
Our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Here's to the beautiful lakes and stunning landscapes Canada has to offer. And for the kayak, camping gear, and summer toys you use to enjoy them? Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Happy Canada Day.
It's the weekend. The sun is out. And everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going. Rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Final segment here on EST Afternoons. We're 12 minutes into Paraguay, Germany, 0-0 in that one. One more game to come at 7 p.m. Netherlands takes on Morocco. Winner of that will take on Canada. Quickly, there's one text here that says, boys, so did the Oil just move Ingram? There was reporting he went to Ottawa last week. No. It's all speculation. I think Ottawa's done because they picked up that Urson guy. And then, it sounds like he's, I guess someone had it last week. That Ingram's bullish on a return to Edmonton. So, I mean, if the Oilers can't move Nurse, they have $7 million to work with. So, I mean, that limits their options. It might be Jari Ingram once again. So, no, he has not been moved. He's a free agent. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. If I'm a betting man, I'd bet he's coming back to Edmonton, Joaquin. And, yeah. Would you be okay with a Jari Ingram return?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, man, whatever. Hopefully someone gets hot.
Hey, Ingram played well, man.
Yeah. Nothing against him. Again, then the playoffs, none of them were good. So,
I won't say he wasn't good. I thought he was good. There weren't any goals that I was like, ugh, come on. You'd like a save.
Yeah.
But what goalies had to make those types of saves?
He didn't. You know? He didn't let in the stinker.
No.
Yeah.
But you need the game change, but they didn't play a way that to give your goalies confidence enough. Like you watch Freddie, all the other goalies, like they didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you look at Carter Hart at the end of it. Those are the goals he was allowing. They weren't terrible, but you want to save there, except for the Hull goal in game 6. You want to save there, right? Great shot and stuff, but.
Interesting text from Sheesh. Joaquin, if I would have asked you 10 years ago on this day when Hall got traded for Adam Morrison that the Oilers would still be cupless, what would you say?
I'd say, yeah.
Really? I thought they would have won.
Really?
Yeah. The first 10 years of Connor McDavid, I thought they would have had one.
No. I don't know why you...
even if it was year 10, because I thought the team was going to be better.
I don't care. One player doesn't make the difference, though.
No, but...
Look at... Okay, who are the best 3 players in the league?
McKinnon, Kucherov, McDavid.
Who was out in the first round? And this whatever.
McDavid.
Yeah, McDavid and Kucherov, two of the best.
Yeah.
McKinnon. So the best player doesn't win the Stanley Cup. The best team wins. Just because you have one great player. There's a lot of teams with one great player.
Yeah.
So no, that just because they had Connor McDavid, who you could argue is the best amongst those three, doesn't push the needle for me.
No, but like I guess what she's trying to say is like you would think that in those 10 years the Oilers would have built. Nah, listen, they were really damn close for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, but so many things have to happen.
Yeah.
So much has to go right to win. That's the other thing. Just look at Colorado. Like everyone's going, geez, if they can hold this together, who's touching these guys? Then you get a little injuries. Then all of a sudden the goaltending is kind of waning, right? Like biggest thing, Makar could barely lift his arm, right? So many variables go into that. But I just because you have the next one doesn't mean you're going to get the next one.
Yeah, because Crosby won pretty early. It took Ovechkin a while.
And Crosby was there early once, went back and managed to
win
get it. And he wasn't the best player in that series at all when they won. I think he was injured actually in those last. He wasn't.
He didn't even play.
I don't think he was going out on a regular shift.
No,
right?
He sat the whole third on the bench. Yeah.
So
he was hurt. Yeah. No, because like I guess what I'm trying to say is like, will the Oilers get back there again? Like in the next 5 years? I mean, I don't know, Joaquin, because did they miss their opportunity?
I won't say no.
Yeah.
Because I think they've got some really good players. But those players have to play at the best of their capabilities.
Well, that's why they brought in Babs.
Oh, come on.
He's going to push them.
I don't like that. I don't like we need someone to push us. Like,
well, I think it was visually better, who's great Oiler kind of guy. I don't know his real name. He just goes by visually better. He goes, it concerns me that a generational talent needs to be pushed.
Yeah, that's when I think about it, that's what knocks around in my melon for a little bit is why that? And maybe he does. Maybe he thinks if I get someone on my case the whole time, am I gonna perform better? Right? And maybe I need someone else to take that away from me. I don't know. I have a hard time thinking Connor McDavid doesn't put enough pressure on himself than some guy yelling at him from behind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it's a different sort of pressure though, because he knows what he can do, and he just needs somebody to tell him that he can do things that maybe he's seen that he's struggled with defensively, like Draisaitl coming out.
But what did
he's older now though? He's old. Like he knows. Like he
knows what it takes.
Well, yeah, he knows what
he's been there
has
twice.
to go through to get there. But as you get older, sometimes I think you know more than you actually do.
Yeah.
And so it's weird to me. We're going to see how this whole like unfolds and stuff, but I don't think you need that.
And a lot of people find it weird, Joaquin. Like a lot of people are like, this is just a bizarre, like the whole PR campaign they did last week, the 3 players.
Well, they're all mimicking the same idea, right?
Like, when have you seen that? Like it's a weird situation.
Who said I've listened to a lot of people and they all seem to say the same thing, and I agree with them. Like, why are you getting players to pick who's next?
Yeah,
you set a weird precedent now. Yeah. Like, because if things go wrong, then you go, well,
you wash your hands.
Who do we get next? Like, do we have to go? Does it come down to they go get some? This is a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out. And things are going wrong, and they go, Babcock, it's like, you know what? Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, blah, blah, blah. And then they go get a new coach. But they didn't consult Connor and Leon.
Yeah.
And then they bring in some guy, and they go, well, why didn't you talk to us about this?
Yeah.
Is that where you get to?
Like,
not that they would say that.
Yeah.
But
you know what's weird, Joaquin, of this whole situation? It's like we don't know if the players really wanted to do this.
No.
And we'll never know. But it's such a bizarre situation, and we'll see how it plays out, man. We'll see how it plays out. It's the first time I've seen Oiler fans kind of turn a little bit on McDavid and Hyman and Draisaitl. Well, Draisaitl because people get upset when he has a bad game, but this is the first time I'm seeing some Oiler fans seeing like, these guys, man, what are they doing? Anyways.
Well, you know who wants to see me as a coach?
Mac T.
A lot of people at the Mac T Classic coming up July 23rd and 26th at West Edmonton Mall. It's an awesome hockey weekend featuring some of the top young players. Register now at www.macthockey.com. Use the code GAGER2026 and get $150 off your registration fee.
All right. There you go. That's ongoing right now, right?
That'll be next month.
Okay. Perfecto. And for all our NBA fans, is it like I'm seeing this Kawhi to Toronto thing? Is this legit or is this just like what's going on?
Why are you getting a guy that's only going to play like 23 games?
He's the king of load management. Like
that should be on the back of his jersey. Management.
Yeah. In 2 minutes, let me know if this is actually legit. Because I saw an article today and I was reading it. And I'm like, nah, come on. The Raptors are not that dumb, are they? I don't know. I find it weird. Okay, we got to get to the screw. Let's do a parlay for Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. Hit it, Coop.
Screw it, let's do it, no delay. Let's take a risk today. No sense being safe. We need a huge payday.
All right, my lovelies. I'm going to take Brian Broby from the Netherlands over 2.5 shots at plus 110. What do you guys got?
Well, I'm going to go with the Netherlands money line.
Nice.
Because they're notorious for messing up later. So hopefully they win this one and go up against Canada and lose.
That's a good. I like that. Yeah. Cool. What do you got?
Tomorrow, Norway, Ivory Coast. They play at 11 a.m. It's plus 108 for a Norway win.
Okay.
And I think they'll get the victory tomorrow.
You're taking Norway? I like
Norway,
it,
man.
Yeah. Okay.
Darn right.
No, I'm rowing.
Oh, I was howling.
You're barking.
I don't know what you're doing.
You dirty dog.
So all our NBA insiders on the Nasty Chat are saying it is legit that they're looking at Kawhi.
Yeah.
Why?
I heard that as an option. How old is he now? 34?
Yeah, Mex is right.
35 years old.
He should have just stayed in Toronto. They probably could have won another championship.
Moron.
He just turned 35 today.
He's got a horrible laugh, too.
Very fake.
And he never plays. How do you want a guy like that?
I don't know.
Past his prime.
Played 65 games last year.
Now he wants to come back to Toronto. I'd tell him to go.
Maybe he wants to start planting trees in Muskoka. Wasn't it a tree planting place that he was getting paid?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Quit planting trees and play some basketball.
Oh, boy. Only team he will sign a multi-year deal with other than the Clippers, Jasmine says. And then K-Berg backs that up, too. That's... Well, sorry. Well,
Hey,
good for
What
you.
is it? Why,
You know what,
does
though?
that mean?
Why wouldn't he want to come back? Like, he'll be treated like a god.
Oh, come on.
Like, he's loved.
If that was Stan Bowman, it would have been done by now.
Oh, yeah.
You want to come back here?
No movement, 8
How
years.
much? Here's the blank check.
Here's $800 million.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the thumbs up. You guys are the best. Don't go anywhere. It's Jay Milne and Benny Thompson coming up with the Reed Wilkins Show. Enjoy the games tonight. Who are you cheering for? Morocco or Netherlands? Or who cares? Because Canada's going to take them on anyway. Let's go. That game's at 7. Big shout out to Harman Dayal from The Athletic and Stephen Ellis from Daily Faceoff. For Coop and Joaquin, I'm Hernan saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening on Modern Measure Monday. Don't go anywhere. J-Mail, Benny Thompson, Reed Wilkins Show coming up. Chowders.